Ready, start part 2.
Ad Astra Abyssosque. We meet again, you two.
Hi, Catherine. Do you have any commissions for us today?
Commissions, huh? Oh, how about this? Please attend the Academia's Academic Symposium.
Wait.
And if possible, please also use your camera to capture the...
Huh? What kind of commission is that?
I see. It appears that you're not interested in this commission. In that case, please go to Port Ormos and convince the Eremites there to spend some time...
Hey, that's not any better.
I'm sure the mercenaries will have some interesting...
Hyman's gotta ask. Just who exactly...
Oh, the commissioner? Well, actually, I just wanted to see the two of you in action.
Was it so obvious? I was hoping you would actually take one of those commissions. That kind of chance to observe humans doesn't... Ah, so it's Nahida. Hyman just knew, Cat. So it's been you this whole... Are you done resting up? Yes. I've been sleeping ever since we parted ways. And I even had a really, really long dream. It was another dream about the Sub-Zero's festival. In my dream, I was sitting in the middle of a flower terrace. And everyone in Sumeru... I also got to sit on a gigantic flower carriage. You know, Nahida, maybe your dream is how the Sub-Zero's festival really should be. It's meant to be a joyous time where everyone... Huh? Wasn't I describing a really happy dream? No! By the way, have you had a chance to visit Dunya's office? Yes, I paid her a visit right after I woke up. Her condition is stabilized. However, since Elazar is a manifestation of the withering on the human body, we can only cure it by finding a way to take care of Irminsul's own withering. But for the moment, our top focus should still be figuring out what the sages are up to and what they're planning. Right. Who knows what'll happen if they manage to pull off another scheme like the Samsara? So our first priority should be investigating and putting... Oh! Good point. Sorry, adventurers!
Wait, Catherine's coming with us?
Let's continue our chat here. Okay, so do you have any ideas on how we... Actually, I've already done a little bit of work on that. We're in the dark as of now. Since we still don't know anything about their goals, any rash move could tip them off and lead to terrible consequences. After all, every person in Sumeru City is one of their hot... I've already tried that, but all the key members of the Academia, even the core of 30 Cart, it seems that from the very beginning, they've been guarding against info leaks from the Akasha. Have you already caught the sages? I'm guessing not yet, but distrusting me would make perfect sense if they've ever paid attention to the urban... In any case, I probably... No way, that's... You mean it'd be too easy? No, it's not that. Doing that would be ignoring the safety of my people for my own selfish goals. How is that? That's a good point. Spoken like... Nahida, you're super smart, so you already have something in mind, right? According to a popular theory from the Bahumana Darshan of the Academia, rejecting impractical motions at the beginning of a planning session will give more weight... Okay, but aren't you the god of wisdom? Well, I've been thinking that if I can't directly possess the leaders, then I should find someone who's already involved, but hasn't decided to side with the sages. You're saying we should recruit a spy? Oh, before coming back, we met someone named Al-Haytham. Actually, I already have someone in mind. Do you still remember that female scholar? Setaria! We ran into her. Basically, Hyman still remembers the smug and mean way she... I've always liked observing all. She was born in the desert and was hailed as their greatest genius.
Oh, Paimon didn't know she was from the desert. She must be pretty special then.
The name Setaria means star. When she lived in the desert, she showed later on. She was chosen by the sun. Soon after, the star began to waver, but in the end, she couldn't give up the radiance of daytime. To cope with her shame, the star buried her guilt and closed her eyes.
From the sound of it, Setaria's just hung up on the research opportunity, but she doesn't really support the academia. She still
Indeed. When they are presented with complex moral, she's suppressing a lot of guilt. But before she realized it, she had already become right. We must somehow make her face her that way. Not only from my past observations, Setaria will take a day off from the academia every 10 days. Tomorrow afternoon just happens to be a shopping day for her. That'll be our chance to prepare. Let's go check out some of her favorite spots. And
Oh, Christ, I'm gonna have to remember stuff.
this should be Setaria's favorite fortune-telling spot.
So should we ask?
No, I already have enough information on Setaria. The most important thing now.
Talking style and...
My poor lost lambs. Have you become troubled over your fates? The divine voice of wisdom often echoes.
Huh? Really?
Shh! My friend here has some doubts regarding her future. Can...
Of course. It would seem that Harut and Marut are quite wary of you. Perhaps at some time...
Only mocking the god of Animo, questioning the lord of Geo's financial savviness, and brawling with the god of Electro.
Oh, nothing. Go on, pick an aspect for her to divine.
Nah.
Health prospects. Oh, the gods have spoken. The truth shall be revealed. Your life shall continue on for... Huh? Harut, Marut, did you two spoil my...
Actually, Paimon thinks this is probably the most accurate fortune-telling you've ever done.
Yeah, they're kind of immortal or something.
I admit that the orientation of today's celestial matrix is... so
Is that so?
if you were to...
We're already like 500 years old.
Is this another one of Setaria's favorite stalls?
Yep, it belongs to a king. His father helped Setaria a lot when she first moved to Sumeru City, so she still comes by whenever she has time. When I start talking with him, listen carefully to the details of our conversation.
Ah, dear customers. Would you like to look at some pottery?
We caught wind of your great craftsmanship, so we specifically came to take a look.
Oh, I recognize you. Aren't you Miss Catherine from the Adventurers Guild? Sounds like I'm in for some big business.
Speaking of, where did you learn this trade?
I suppose you could say it all started with my dad. He's a mason by trade, but I picked up an interest in clay while apprenticing for him. After that, I began making pottery by myself in secret. And I simply changed trades when my works turned out well. Although it's a pity that I'm no longer making much use of the knowledge provided to me by the Akasha.
That's nice. You're making a living doing something you love.
So is your father still working as a mason?
Oh no, not anymore. A few years back, he fell from a roof and broke his leg. Since he had already saved enough Mora over all these years, he's just enjoying the retired life in Port Ormos nowadays.
I see. We wish him peace and happiness in his retirement. I'll have someone in charge of logistics at the guild come by another day for some goods. We'll leave you to it. Take care now.
No problem. Rest easy. All our goods are sure to meet your every need.
Where now?
This should be our final stop. Sataria is always thinking of this restaurant when she's working at the academia. So she always comes by whenever she's out in the city.
Nahida, you've really thought of everything.
It's my duty to protect Sumeru's citizens, after all.
Hi there. I feel like I've seen you down by the docks before.
Huh? Sorry, I don't quite remember.
If I recall, you were having a discussion with someone about shipbuilding at the time.
Ah, that's right! I've always been really interested in feats of marine engineering. After all, I grew up in Liyue Harbor and spent my entire childhood staring at the ships going in and out of the port. I came to Sumeru to study, but failed to make it into the academia due to my lack of talent. But I'm still discussing all kinds of problems with different scholars, and I'm continuing to study and perform research from the restaurant's basement. I'm sure I'll get into the academia after their next round of exams.
What an admirable spirit for learning. Amazing.
Sure, but you'll find hardworking people wherever you go.
So this restaurant has a basement as well? Huh. First I've heard of it.
That's right. It's not usually open to patrons. Most of the time, employees use it for breaks or to hold private events.
I see. Yes, that makes sense. Well, good luck with your studies, Miss Chishan.
Thank you so much. As long as I can make it into the academia as an official student, I'll be happy.
If we've got nothing else to do, why don't I tell you a story?
So, was that everybody?
Mm-hmm. 3 familiar faces should be enough for Sataria.
What's the point of all the information we've collected? Nahida, you still haven't told us how you're planning to make Sataria face her problems.
Sataria is already used to avoiding her problems, so we must find a way to break through her usual sensibilities. I remember that you mentioned that the Eremites in Port Ormos are all making a fuss about the upcoming resurrection of the Scarlet King. Although it's all just a boatload of nonsense, the fate of her homeland may turn out to be Sataria's soft spot.
Oh, Paimon gets it now! You want to take advantage of the guilt Sataria feels about her homeland. Although she knows she should return home to help the people of the desert, all she's done is conspire with the sages. So, how do we set that up?
Well, the Scarlet King is long gone, and Sataria is also too smart to fall for any simple tricks. If we simply engaged her under the guise of the Scarlet King's believers, she would definitely be wary of us, and we may not get anywhere. But if we were to borrow some of her close acquaintances to talk with her...
So, you mean you're going to possess those people we just talked to?
Yep. Possess them through the Akasha. Imply that they've already converted to the faith of the Scarlet King. And then convey our made-up will of the Scarlet King. As long as everything goes smoothly, we'll get through to Sataria for sure. She'll never guess that we had anything to do with it.
That's using your people, and you said you wouldn't. That's being as
So it
bad.
won't slip up and break form. Possessing them will only work if you can manage to pass off as that.
Exactly. So, best of luck with impersonation.
Best of luck?
That's no problem at all. I'll just share all their senses with you once I've possessed them. As long as you're also wearing an Akasha terminal, the effect will basically be as if you've possessed them yourself.
Huh. That is pretty convenient.
Although I've been observing humans for a while, I've never been good at imitating them.
You're not wrong. It's always been painfully obvious whenever you try to pass as Catherine.
If it was at all possible, I would have preferred to leave these people alone. But seeing how things are now, I probably should just
You
accept
could
it and
just
push on.
ask her.
Yeah, don't beat yourself up.
Alright, then let's give it a go tomorrow afternoon.
Have you ever kept goldfish as pets? They're very cute.
Oh. Good.
Here she comes. Sataria's... Let's quietly follow her. Once she starts talking to her acquaintances, as for how we'll sway her to our side, I'll leave that to you. I trust...
Looks like they've already started talking. Let's find...
That's right. You really can't force anything when it comes to love. And besides, everyone around me has a very different background and outlook.
Of course I'm listening. You were talking about troubles with your love life, right?
Okay then. It just seemed strange. The cats seem pretty... I always thought they were quiet, happy kitties. Oh, what are their names again? Ah, that's right. They are just little darlings, aren't they?
So, with...
I'd like to get another reading on my love prospects, but to be perfectly honest with you...
a mess?
Well, could you do a reading on how long it'll take me to finish my current project?
I hear you. No problem. The gods are asking, Sitaria, what?
Why haven't I gone?
Sitaria, why don't you just go home?
And if I may ask, Nabia, is there a specific god who's speaking to you?
What an inconsiderate and naive question. The god who...
The Scarlet King? No wonder he would make such a demand. Even though news of the Scarlet King's resurrection has been spreading like wildfire, it's all just a misinformation campaign from the academia. How can the Scarlet King's...
What insolence! I am the Scarlet King's most loyal...
Oh, no. As a child of the... I will think very carefully about his demand of me. I'm sorry. I must go now.
Wait!
She's gonna suss it out somehow or something.
She just ran off in a hurry. She looked pretty upset too.
This isn't gonna work.
Well done. Sitaria didn't seem to suspect anything amiss. Perhaps
did.
something she's been trying desperately to avoid show up out of nowhere and berate her? That must have shaken her to the core.
It still feels wrong.
Nahida, it seems like you and all I know are some abstract Harabatot theories. In any case, my time with you has shown a lot of them to be utterly useless. Anyway, enough of that.
She's out of teams now. Right on cue. Let's get ready to possess him right away.
This feels wrong. We should be just honest with her.
It's okay. I just got caught up in something. Oh, actually, didn't you ask me to help you look for work? What kind of work were you looking for again? Oh, right. Your old man. Speaking of, how's he doing? Is he feeling any better? Oh, that's good to hear. Actually, while we're talking about him,
Yeah, he's been retired there for a while.
if you could find the time, please write him a letter. Please pass on that recently, faith in the Scarlet King has taken root in Port Ormos and has begun to spread across Sumeru. He has a quick temper and has always been a devout follower of the Dendro Archon.
Oh? So, who are you siding with in all of this? The academia or the... I'm so jealous of you. You were born a child of the desert. Yet you chose to betray this.
Akeem! You don't mean...
What's so strange about becoming a believer of the wise Scarlet King? In fact, aren't you the strange one?
Can't pick a side? Me?
Whoa. Paimon had no idea you'd be so good at this.
You really zeroed in on the issue and put it right in front of her. But once everything is over...
Come on! Sitaria's already started talking with Shishan.
So, Shishan, have you, like, as if someone was trying to preach to you about something?
Oh, right. I celebrated the Sub-Zerus festival so many times that I lost count.
Wait, how could you be aware of that?
Are you still failing to realize that the Academia's lowly Turks could never...
Shishan, don't tell me that you've...
What an absurd question. You make it sound like I should... In reality, shouldn't you be the one who is ashamed? You, who works side by side with the Academia.
Please stop!
Even now, Sitaria's still trying to run from her...
She can no longer justify everything.
Hey, she's trying to talk to the guards!
This is the most important part.
Mercenary, you're a member of the Corps of 30, correct? Please help me pass a message. Please, try to remain calm. Heretics are infiltrating the city, and they've already converted many residents to heretics. What kind of... The Scarlet King! Many...
Miss Sitaria,
You know...
the Scarlet King is immortal,
And you must face the truth, Sataria. You tread a treacherous path, and the longer you child of the Scarlet King, never forget that the desert that belongs to you lies elsewhere.
What's so strange about becoming a believer of the wise Scarlet King? In fact, aren't you the strange one? The one who still can't pick a side?
What an absurd question. You make it sound like I should be ashamed for becoming a believer of the Scarlet
Why
King.
is Tiny Text King just
Sataria, why haven't you gone home?
I feel bad. You shouldn't be doing this.
It seems that no matter where I run, I only keep finding more believers of the Scarlet King. I've also been running for, but no matter how much I may try to ignore or get rid of it, my guilt always...
You won't necessarily lose your research opportunities by facing the truth. Besides, did you...
How do you know?
That's not important. The important thing is to pass judgment on the academia and its safety. If you could provide some assistance in this matter.
I've actually never believed in the gods, but I've always believed in serendipity. Yura, please tell me, what can I do?
How much do you know about the safe?
I was just one of the designers for the massed dream harvest scheme, which is what happened, but I know very little about the full scope of the overall project. I'd assume that only staff. I've just been working to meet the grand. However, there's something that's been really bothering me. I heard that a scholar who was previously expelled has returned to the city. And even
To fight against the academia, we will need to figure out the nature and the purpose of their work.
It should be possible if we're willing to take some risks. After all, I'm an assistant to the Grand One thing, though, I won't be able to transfer the documents to you through the Akasha once I get my hands on them. Let me...
The academia entrance. Wouldn't that be...
Don't worry about that. I'm only suggesting this location because it'll draw more scrutiny for me to leave the academia again.
All right, I trust you.
So,
That'll depend on the judgment of the...
the Dendro Archon. That's right. Her people are the ones we have endangered. Maybe it's time for me to find a...
Just as Nahida predicted, we've managed to put the Traveler's execution was ingenious. Well, now
It
that
still
we've
feels
had
wrong.
friends
He
here
just went up to her and
tomorrow
asked.
evening, all we can do...
Hey, but if we're going to pray to the gods, aren't we just praying to you? God of wisdom and guardian of the scholars?
No. The truth is the true guardian of scholars. I've always believed that. Anyway, let's meet again tomorrow evening at the adventure.
Why is it so many greetings? Pretty sure I said 8 o'clock. It's 1924. God damn it. So I'm not fought anyone yet. It's just
Hagrid,
why?
we're here! Oh, you are the...
That's right. I suppose I'm the other Catherine Worm.
We're on a secret mission.
Yep, Paimon's right. We cannot fully rule out the chance that the meetup tonight is just a trap. If something were to happen, my existence may be the only trump card we'll be able to play. After all, the academia should still be unable to...
Yep, exactly. Just what Paimon was thinking. Anyway, enough about that. Let's just make sure it's off. What do you feel is off? It's the middle of the night.
No, I think she's right. If you look around, there seems to be fewer people on the streets. I'm not...
Huh. Maybe it's...
I also can't quite figure out why things feel a little off.
Well, regardless. Huh. There really aren't many people out right now. Let's hope it'll be this quiet in front of the Academia, and that Sataria managed to distract all the guards.
Okay. Thing is, if Nadia can control, can anyone else? Can the Academia also do it?
What are all these people doing here at this hour of the night?
Ah, the triumphant hero returns at last. And to a rather spectacular welcome, even if I do say so myself.
You're the outcast, expelled from the Academia.
Indeed I am. Although these days they tend to call me the Doctor.
Oh, great. Chewie.
If you're looking for your researcher friend, she has already been taken into confinement. With some basic caution, she could have discovered the listening device on her person. Clearly, she lacks the degree of rigor expected of a true scholar.
The people of Sumeru City. What have you done to them?
I simply made some minor adjustments to their Akasha terminals. Now they can deposit information directly into the subconscious. As you can see, all these lovely people now believe this traveler is a hero who has just saved the world. My experiment is a success. And now it seems they can no longer hold back their sheer adoration.
No, what should we do? These are all just regular people.
No, come on.
Leave now. You need to get out of here.
But that guy's a Fatui Harbinger. We can't just leave you here.
Nor can I abandon the people of Sumeru. Don't worry. We'll meet again outside of the city.
I see. You appear to have overridden their mental faculties with your own consciousness. To possess such a powerful mind, you must be the god of wisdom.
This is bad.
This should be far enough. Paimon needs to catch her breath first. Is Nahida going to be okay? We only made it out because of her. Paimon wasn't counting on running into a new Harbinger here, let alone such a high-ranking one. That guy was number 2.
They'll just stick a billion arrows in him later.
He called himself the Doctor. Remember, Tainari told us about him. Sataria did say that someone who once got expelled from the Academia, and that even the sages are wary of him. Sounds like she must have been talking about the doctor. Yeah. Now that the doctor's in the picture, we're no longer just dealing with the academia. They're in cahoots with the Fatui. But what are the Fatui after this time? Another... Yeah. Things what Nahida said. We'll meet again outside of the city. But we can't just keep waiting around. You mean... Oh, right! Even though he turned it down at the time, there's no time to lose.
I really don't think Tenari would know much after he's getting rejected. If they can control people, why'd I have that question and it was immediately answered yes, yes, the evil people can control them and make them mindless slaves.
Hold it right there. A blonde-haired traveler and a floating fairy. We've got you, all right. Take a look around.
Are you mercenaries from the Corps of 30?
Corps of 30? We're nothing like those government We are an elite brigade that commands the highest commission rate in all of...
The outcast? An outcast from... But why wouldn't the doctor just send the Fatui after us?
Still wasting time.
Following or new hunting.
Busted.
Gather!
Fire hazard!
Quietly.
Stabilize!
It isn't over yet! Here comes reinforcements!
Busted.
Solidify!
Time for a light shot!
Take care of that.
That was pretty rough. Is that what elite mercenaries are like? Yeah. Looks like we'll have to keep our guards up. But this doctor guy seems like a pretty tough opponent. He knew exactly where to set up an ambush. Did he predict? Going up against smart people is tough.
You have the god of wisdom on your fucking side. Like, come on. Chloe's not gonna like the fact that we've got them back.
Oh, it's the traveler Paimon. Chloe, it's that
To be honest, I'm not doing too well. As a result, Master Tainari is taking me off the patrol schedule.
Oh, Chloe. Speaking of Tainari, did he go off on...
Oh, Master Tainari? You just left the Avidia Forest a little...
He left? What? Isn't...
I thought it was weird too. Master Tainari always prioritizes his work. No, I only found out that he left through a message he left behind. To leave in such a... I know that before he became a Forest Watcher, Master Tainari once spent a long time conducting research at parties...
A research base, huh? Gotta wonder what... Oh, we don't have a lot of time, so let's go look for him at Parties DI.
Don't worry.
Got it. Will do. See you later, Chloe.
I wonder if it's anything to do with the quest we did.
about you. Hey, this was supposed to be a touching reunion, but you're...
Actually, it's very smart of the Traveler to be wary of me right now. After all, the Doctor Plus, it's not like you could have known what happened after we... Even a pool of stagnant water after a torrential storm.
Paimon feels like only the real Nahida could come up with such a...
Huh? But I wasn't trying to win your trust or anything.
Well, we understand that point now. Please, Nahida, tell us more.
When you left, I was still in the middle of restoring everyone's minds. Thankfully, when the Doctor instead, he did something closer to creating hallucinations. Luckily, I managed to finish my restorations and mind jump away from him.
What a
I wouldn't be I gave away my true identity when I restored everyone's minds. Also, the Doctor...
Would that mean you'd no longer be able to jump between minds? Then how do we stop him? Feels like he's
Should be
toying
in
with
their
us.
minds to begin with.
Yes! The Doctor's combat ability alone is apparently enough to make him worthy of being number 2.
We shouldn't give up hope just yet. Let's try to find another way to attack this problem.
Actually, Nahida, how did you know we were trying to get to Party's Di?
Have you? Yes, I have. I can see the Traveler's elemental energy. So you didn't come here for sightseeing.
We're looking for a scholar we know. His name is Tainari.
Okay, let's just...
Take it easy.
Will he be here with the robot?
Take it easy. Traveler?
The voice! It's Hypatia!
What a pleasant surprise!
Who's this?
She's a scholar we met via video call.
I see.
That's right, we're old friends.
Hypatia, you're way too excited about this. Wait, no.
What do you... My consciousness has already managed to make
You did it! Congratulations!
It's so exhilarating when my consciousness made contact with the gods.
That sounds incredible!
Oh, all right. Remember? I promised to help you understand what you saw from Irma. My current self has not only gained true insight, but I can even help you.
You can do that?
I've never heard of anything like that, but...
Hold on. I brought some Spirit-born ale with me.
Where are you?
All right now. Hold my hand. I'll help.
Okay.
Ready?
No.
It took 3 betrayals for me to finally understand. The world is just an elaborate tapestry of lies.
Scaramouche.
My fury will never be quelled. The first to betray me was a god. My creator. My mother.
Oh.
Valuing strength above all, she saw no worth in me and I was discarded. The second was a human. My family. My friend. Consumed by fear, he saw me as an abomination. The third was one exactly like me. A hope for the future. A fledgling barely out of the nest. Powerless before his mortality, he broke his promise to me.
It's not his fault.
Humans, they can't be trusted. And the gods fill me with pure loathing.
You lost
So I
me.
said
You
good
had me.
riddance.
You kind of had me. Now you
I
lost me.
denounce the world and laugh in its face. My chest will never again be defiled by worldly filth. I will scrub away every last trace of human emotion. Then it will be empty, a blank slate, and ready to receive a supreme gnosis, brimming with pure divinity. There is no need to fear. The pain will be brief. Your era is coming to an end.
What was that? Did we actually just see the Valadir's memories? But how is it connected to the divine consciousness that...
You saw it, right? You felt it, right? Such alas, if only that which beats within my chest wasn't a...
Do you understand now? I'm afraid this is no periporno life, but rather...
You! Why have I found divine wisdom? Shouldn't I...
Hypatia?
That's how I always thought it... Wait, have I... already lost my mind?
I don't even know what the twos are trying to do.
Wait, something isn't...
I know. She's trapped. Well, that's a weekly boss if I ever saw it.
Okay.
Wait, Taganari was there? Ugh.
Are you okay, Nahida?
Oh, the Traveler's back?
Nahida was controlling your body for a while. It seemed like she jumped over to you as an emerge. After that, Kainari heard the commotion and came over. He helped us defeat the mercenaries and then he ran with us all the way here. What? You swapped? Wait, then where is...
I never imagined that an individual's consciousness could be transferred. Also, while we were running, the consciousness in your body, the doctor has found a way to trap my consciousness. So I can't journey with it even in a moonless night. A shower...
Oh no! Nahida's trapped in the sanctuary. Was that message all she left for us? It's pretty vague. Oh, that makes sense. Since the doctor captured her, she won't be able to say anything. Even in a moonless night, a shower of starlight can still... Huh. Paimon knows the moon illusions and lies are from the alchemical divination. Didn't Nahida use a starlight analogy before? It had something to do with Sataria. Oh, that makes a lot of sense. But she isn't with us at...
Paimon. You said Sanctuary of Surasthana.
Your guess is...
That's all right. A scholar's curiosity doesn't... I've spent some time with you, and it looks like the Dendro Archon...
Thank you, Tainari.
Ah, that. While I was indeed invited to join, all I know is that that project has something to do with the restoration of Irminsul.
Huh? Did you see something when you were in Nahida? What?
Do you have any evidence? So that's what happened. That explains why Hypatia's symptoms were different from those of the other scholars who went mad. It's because she made contact with the consciousness of a...
Tighnari, did you leave the Avidic?
I did. I noticed Hypatia's mental anomalies, but since if I didn't take action, Hypatia, now that you mention it, I knew the Academia has never thought particular, but I still didn't expect them to do something as arrogant as creating a new god. The Doctor and the Balladeer. From your description, I don't think that, then what is the connection?
Yeah, it feels like we're still nowhere close to figuring out the Sage's goals. Right, we've pretty much gone over everything we need to know, so we should head out. How about you, Tighnari? What are you going to do?
I'll stay here for now. I still want to try a few more things to help Hypatia. If you're planning to go into the desert, start by heading for Caravan Rabat. That'll be your fastest route. Come find me here if there's anything else I can...
Thanks, Tighnari. Hopefully Hypatia will feel better.
Might be time to head into the desert.
We finally made it to Caravan Rabat. It's pretty lively here. So, just... oh, wow. Paimon remembers hearing people call this the Wall of Samiel. It's made to block sandstorms from the outside. Oh, if it's this...
Enough gawking. Come on, follow me.
What?
Huh?
Over here.
Oh, he's going that way! Let's hurry up and follow him. Wonder what he's up to.
I still don't trust this dude. I think he's actually working for the Turi.
What the? Where did she go? How did we lose him?
More Eremite mercenaries? Who are they working for this time?
You were too careless. You should have noticed those hopeless amateurs trailing you a long time ago. There's no need to thank me. I've never cared to keep track of personal favors. All I did was correct a mistake I happened to come across. It's a habit I developed at the Academia.
You really gave Paimon a scare, Al-Haytham. We never thought we'd run into you here. Last time we met at Port Ormos, didn't you say you were going back to the Academia?
Oh, so you've already landed yourselves on the Academia's. However, had I wished to turn you over to the Academia, don't you think you'd already be...
Oh, right. You do have a point.
I have no interest in running errands for that project. And these days, you're more fascinating than anything the sages can offer. Not quite. To tell you the truth, I'm still investigating the Divine Knowledge Capsule. Unfortunately, I've run into some difficulties. Everyone says the capsule originated in the desert and was eventually moved to Port Ormos. If I am to get to the bottom of this, I must understand how the capsule first came to be. Which brings me back to you. The leader of Ain al-Ahmar used the Divine Knowledge Capsule right in front of you. And upon seeing him, your expression became perplexed, and you were lost in thought for... To have that kind of reaction, I think you must have realized something.
Alhaitham, you really have a ridiculous eye for detail.
So that's your answer. But that does prove you do have some... No matter.
That's right. We have the same plan as you.
Then I'd suggest starting with Aru Village. It's the largest set...
It's always better to...
I think I can reach it without before I run out of record time. We're finally in the desert. Another quest is going to bring us here, but I definitely want to go to the sort of temple as fast as possible.
Before us lies Aru Village, the safe haven of the desert folk.
Whoa, this landscape is really something else. What a cool place! Let's go check it out!
No, the statue! Oh. Oh. Oh, you're using a shark sword.
Unless my memory fails me, we have barely spoken 2 words to each other before now at the Academia.
Oh, Haytham. Do not think you can escape my judgment, just because you managed to escape my attack.
Judgment? So that's how you'd characterize your actions here, is it?
Had I used my full strength, not even this traveler would have been able to stop me. Though styled like an assassination, I sought only to ensure that my target would be unable to flee or resist.
Seemed to me more like your own personal touch.
Who is that, Alhaitham? Did you call him General Mahamatra?
Yes. General Mahamatra Sino, head of all the Matra at the Academia.
You seem to have placed a lot of trust in Alhaitham, to the point of blocking an attack. If I were you, I'd never choose to side with him. I have been pursuing this scribe for a long time. I urge you, stand back and do not seek to defend him any longer. Otherwise, there will be consequences.
Has Alhaitham done something wrong? Paimon doesn't think he's as bad as you made him out to be.
I won't waste my breath explaining things. Alhaitham, I saw it during our... Take it out. The divine knowledge capsule you're hiding on your person.
Very perceptive of you. Nothing escapes a Matra's senses.
The corrupted one.
Wait, the divine knowledge capsule? Didn't it fall into the Matra's hands in Port Ormos?
No wonder you speak with such confidence, Sino. But I must admit, I'm very curious. And why, as General Mahamatra of the Academia? As far as I'm aware, the other Matra have been speculating about... Have you been given a mission that's... If I was the real target of your mission, what was stopping you from simply using your authority and resources to judge me?
I should have known you'd be difficult to deal with.